Okay, well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our community participation supports update for the winter session. We're very happy to have you join us. We have quite a few people who registered to participate today, and we're looking forward to sharing what's new, what's changed, and what's coming just around the corner. And we'll start off by just introducing a few of our members of our team. So Caitlin Close is at the top of my screen. I believe she's probably at the top of yours as well. She's a program manager with community participation supports. I'm just going to say CPS going forward. And then we have myself. I'm Heather Dunn. I'm a program manager with community participation supports, CPS. Melanie Hooker, who's also a program manager for CPS and specializing in fee-for-service programs. Joe Persad is our director. And we have Shireen Myers, who is also one of our program managers in community participation supports. So thank you for joining us, everybody. So you have a lot of people here tonight to answer all of your questions. We're going to go through a quick presentation, and then we'll go ahead and we'll give you lots of opportunity to ask us questions and share with you other ways to get connected with us. Okay, so why are we doing this? We want to always ground ourselves in where we've come from, and what we're doing right now is really built on that we believe that people should have choice in all that they do and that it changes their lives. We want to do that by offering innovative and meaningful options for people to support and engage in different experiences and to give them ways to choose how they spend their days and times. So how did we do this? We sought feedback from many people, so all of our stakeholders, including people we support, families, and we also encourage our staff and other stakeholders to get involved in the design process. And we used this feedback that we did with these group members to design our new approach to CPS. Some of our drivers is we wanted to offer services when and how people wanted to receive services rather than what times were working for us historically. We wanted to provide an opportunity to have people create a community with the people within their programs and within the neighborhoods at large. So we wanted to really foster those people becoming having new roles and having new friendships and relationships, and really exploring their neighborhood and community to find the places and spaces where they want to spend time. And we really wanted to offer these new and freshly renovated facilities, making it better resource for all to be able to share. And we're building our programs based on the goals and objectives that we've heard from families and individuals throughout that design process. So you'll hear us talk a lot about feedback throughout this presentation, and we're going to be constantly reaching out to you because we do believe that we're going to prepare ourselves for the changes that are coming just around the corner with Journey to Belonging. And we want to do that with you. Next slide, please. So we're open across the city. We have 5 of our center-based community participation supports locations. So I'll start in the top left-hand corner, and that's 50 Fairfax. 50 Fairfax is a very large facility, and we've actually just renovated a large portion of that space. And it will have a really amazing space to offer very large groups of people to come together and have great experiences, as well as smaller breakout rooms to enjoy things like sensory. And we have a really cool Mobi projector room that we have ready to go. We also have a stage room. We call it Center Stage, where people can do drama, karaoke. We host a lot of parties in there. We also have another space that's just been freshly renovated that's called our rec room. And it's a place where we have ping pong and pool tables and foosball and a cool lounge area. So there's lots of neat and fun opportunities for people to explore, even if they want to come in and spend a day, or if they want to sign up for our programs. Next to that, we have Foster Connections. That's at 164 Main and Gerard area. This is a really nice facility. We have some smaller program spaces at that location, and we have a couple of large areas and some bookable spaces for work to be done for staff members. It's just a really nice and refreshing kind of space in a very cool area of the city, very close to the beaches and lots of facilities all around that. And as we move down to the lower part of the page, we have Finch, which has also been freshly renovated. Nice big spaces for programming, as well as offering gatherings and things like that. We have a yoga studio there and some nice kitchen spaces. The next space in the middle there is the East Mall. And it's a shared building with office space as well as a center-based programming that's happening out of that space. And it's big and beautiful and spacious. And if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Advance Road is another location that's also in the West End in Etobicoke, and it has a large open space. And at all of these different locations, we're able to offer a lot of different variety of different programs for life skills. We have arts, music, lots of different things for people to explore and try out. So each space has some of the similar activities, but in each of the spaces, we also have a little bit of a variety as well, just based on the location. Next slide, please. So this is just a quick shot at where we've come from. So in the spring, we started off over here with our numbers a little bit lower. And as we grew, we were listening to people and trying to hear what are people looking for. So we really wanted to make sure that we were increasing our ability to support more people in the community at our community participation supports locations. And we also wanted to increase the number of days we're offering support and the number of hours. And we wanted to make it something that was flexible for people. So you'll see we're gradually growing and growing to welcome new members from external agencies, as well as our supported living at CLTO. So some of the highlights, like we mentioned, so the fall session is well underway now. It started on October 10th, and it's running all the way till December 23rd. And one of the highlights that we like to mention in these sessions is that at all of the CPS locations, we do have offerings for a variety of experiences at various support levels. So we're supporting people of all levels of ability at all of our different locations. And we've made renovations and we've done some great things to be able to enhance and enrich our programs to be able to offer supports at all those different levels. We've increased our spots at all of our locations to be able to serve more people. We hear from people that from the spring and fall, we did hear from people that they are enjoying the programs that are being offered. We're offering a really nice, enriched and stimulating program for people. People are really still looking for more opportunities to socialize, more time at the program, and they also are looking for more instructor-led courses, which is really interesting for us to hear. So this is just a quick shot of some of the fun things that people are doing while experiencing CPS. It's not always center-based. We have a lot of really fun programs. This is one of the groups, or this is from our Foster Connection location. And this is the group just exploring their city. We actually have an experience within our guide that's called Explore Your City. So they went and they checked out lots of different things all around the city of Toronto, the car show, some festivals, went out and saw some fall festivities, taking some rides on the train and the RT when it was there, and also taking any opportunity throughout the fall, spring, winter sessions, always to celebrate. So you'll see some fun Halloween photos there. So this one is, again, just some highlights. We talked about how we are listening. We want to build on our experience guide. We want to build on our offerings every single time we offer a new session for people. And we do that by listening to you. And we do that by offering and asking for feedback lots of different ways. So some of the things we heard in the spring and the fall that we're bringing into the winter is we're increasing the number of interactive activities. We're also including more additional spaces for people to have unique programs that are different based on the locations. We also are inviting our supported living to attend CPS locations on a regular basis and trying to make it really easy for them to do so. And we are going to continue to improve our communication with individuals, families, and with people supported. And we want to always be asking for feedback from you. So that's something we're going to be doing ongoing. So some of the ways that people can choose to spend their time at CPS, we do offer quarterly sessions. So we do it based on seasons. And these are offered for up to 12-week terms. And we will offer up to 15 hours a week for each person over the calendar year. And so support people are able to change and decide what they want to do each and every time. So it's a little bit of a choose your own adventure. So we thought we could illustrate that for you by giving you a couple of examples of how people might choose to spend those 15 hours. So some folks might choose to come 3 days a week for 5 hours a day for in-person sessions. Or alternatively, some people like to come just for the afternoon. So they come 5 days a week for 3-hour sessions in person. Some people really enjoyed virtual during the time where we weren't able to offer full in-person services. And so they're going to choose to have 3 virtual classes a week and 2 days of in-person. And then the last one is a choose your own adventure, where people are able to pick and choose their 15 hours per week, and they can customize what that looks like for them. And that includes not just one location. So we do have people that are supported currently who are enjoying programs at multiple locations. Some people are doing programming during the week, Monday and Wednesday at Fairfax, for example. And then on Saturdays, they're going over to Foster Connection to check out that Experience My City or Explore My City experience. So it's a really great opportunity. And each session, you'll have a new opportunity. And we encourage everybody to experience a new opportunity every single session. And now on to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Heather. So this brings us to our experience guide that we released over the past couple of sessions, just outlining all of the different program offerings that we do have. Our team has worked very hard to put everything together, but we have heard you in terms of it is a lengthy guide. There is a lot to go through. So we've heard that feedback. So this time we have tried to condense it a little bit, as well as provide different ways that you're able to get to the programs that you want to see. So on the table of contents page, if you actually click on the location that you want, it'll take you right down to that page. So you don't have to flip through all the pages just to find what you're looking for. And then of course, you can always go on My Community Hub too and search just by the specific location, or you can search by the whole winter session as well, or the winter sessions per location. So lots of different ways to be able to search and make it a little bit easier to find. We're still working on, of course, creating it as easy and user-friendly as possible. And that will come as more sessions come out and as we kind of tweak the guide as necessary. So in saying that, the winter session, as Heather mentioned, does start on January 8th, 2024 and goes to March 30th. And the guide is available now. It's been available since Monday for you to kind of look through and pick your different programs. A registration for a funded community is on December the 6th. And the definition of funded community is any individuals previously holding a spot in the former day programs, so ADP, SWACA, ETS, Gooderham, and they're living with their family caregivers or supported independent living, ISP, or external, so non-CLTO group homes. And previous youth to work and community first individuals are able to choose packages for up to 6 hours a week instead of the 15. Then on December the 15th, our registration for our CLTO supported living begins. So what this means is they previously held a spot in the former day programs, live in supported living at one of our residents, and they do have to come with a CLTO support worker. So we talk a lot about funded versus unfunded or fee for service. So we just want to provide some definition in terms of what we mean by funded. So funded is anyone with a funded CPS space pre-pandemic. So you're able to come to the programs pre-pandemic in a funded spot. So those are including those who were moved from their center-based CPS funded space to our now supported living homes. So only one space per person. So formal declared vacancies to the Developmental Service Ontario, the DSO, and filled through the matching process with DSO. So those who are recorded in the DSO and have a funded space at CLTO is what we mean by when we say funded spots. Anyone that we're referring to as unfunded or a fee for service is anyone who is not funded in a space pre-pandemic, and fee for service from the community. So anybody in the community can come and pay for the services or pay for the programming at our location. So they're not listed in the DSL or at CLTO as holding a funded spot. So the purpose of this exercise is a funded space equals base funding and CLTO services contracted with the ministry. So example, passport money is not base funding program. So that's still a fee for service that you're paying to come. So some people, I know we've talked and touched base on this before, but just wondering about what's happening with our supported living folks who were previously attending day program and what's happening now in our sites. Mel is doing a lot of work with them, and they're doing amazing work of getting people out into community and doing CPS within their own homes, as well as so they're encouraged to join our CPS offerings and by bringing a staff with them, as well as using our bookable spaces. So all of our locations have spaces that you can sign up for and do engaging programs in the spaces, or signing up for any drop-in times or special events. They're also working in the community as well to provide different community programming that our individuals are liking to go to. So how you're registering for these services are the same as it's been for the past couple of rounds. Is you're registering online through mycommunityhub.ca. You're registering for a free account. If people are living in the same home, they can be under one account, under one family account. And then you'll click on the links in the experience guide or just going onto My Community Hub so that you're able to just add it to your cart and check out, kind of like just a shopping experience. You just want to make sure you check out your cart before you exit My Community Hub. You can also speak over the phone by calling our main general line to be able to help with the registration process, or you can also attend our in-person registration session on December the 6th at our locations, so that they'll be to actually help you in person and people will be available to help you on site during that time. So for fee for service, so that's kind of our unfunded folks that we're offering. It's a great option for people who are unfunded, so they do not have a base funding spot or want to supplement additional experiences to their day. Fee for service is the option for you. We have programmings at 2 different locations, so our Creative Village Studio and Community Junction. So they have many subject matters and experts and instructors-led courses. So again, going on My Community Hub to search, register, and pay. Winter brochures will be available by the end of this week, and registration begins on the same day as our CPS funded position, funded community on December the 6th. You can also learn more about these 2 locations and fee for service by visiting our clto.ca/community participation. And there's a little blurb on fee for service and what they do over there. So I went over just how to register. This is kind of just, again, making sure you go to My Community Hub, and you can search actually by a provider, which is Community Living Toronto. You will see both funded and unfunded, so our fee for service there as well. So you'll see everything in one place. So we do have a couple different resources available. So one is the experience guide, so our seasonal guide that comes out. we do at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, we have an activity library on connectability. So again, Mel was working with a team from both supported living staff as well as CPS staff to create some meaningful day activities. So if people are looking for something to do in their homes, there's a listing of different activities, whether you're interested in different sports or crafts, and it lists everything how to do step by step, what materials you may need, and the time that it may take to do it. This is, again, just a suggestion or a guide. You can change it as you need. Sorry, I'm just going to let somebody in here. And then we also have our bookable spaces, which is in the middle. And that is for staff to go on to book different rooms at different locations to be able to utilize the space, whether it's for maybe a party or an event that they may need a little bit more space than just a group home for, or if they want to get a couple of different people together, they're having a celebration, anything like that, we have a space for you to come and join. Also, something that's really exciting that's hopefully going to be released in the next couple of weeks, fingers crossed, latest January, but is our microsite. So it's specifically designed for community participation supports and respite. So it's going to be your one-stop shop to everything you need to know. So we're going to have our experience guide up on there, what the different funded versus unfunded definitions. You'll see some of our team members up there and kind of meet our team that way. We'll also have information about respite and how you can register for respite in that process as well. So everything, it's meant to be very simple, very clean, one stop, you click, you know how to register, or you click and you can find out more information on us. So this brings us to, you can contact our teams. All of our locations do have a phone line attached to them. So if you need to ever get in contact with us, the numbers are up on your screen. You can always email our general email as well at cps@cltoronto.ca. If you just need guidance in terms of who to connect with, we can help you connect with there. Or you can call our general phone line as well, and someone will be able to answer. If they don't answer, please leave a message and we do get back to you within hopefully 1 business day. And emails, we're hopefully this 1 to 2 business days for a response time as well. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen here. And I'm just going to open the floor. I don't see any questions in the chat or in the question and answer, but feel free if you guys have a question, unmute, ask away.
I did see one in there. Sorry. I think I might have just erased it, but I did see the one from Jade asking, does this mean that we aren't going to be offering fee-for-service options from our other locations? And for the winter session, yes, that is correct. We will be offering fee-for-service options out of our Community Junction and Creative Village studio locations. And we'll have some special events and things like that we'll be able to offer to you, like the Mix Community Club, for people to come in and join a special party a couple times a month. We're going to be offering lots of fun things like that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I don't see any other questions.
No, nothing is coming through on the chat or the question and answer.
So when will the guide be emailed? So the guide was sent out to our email list. If you don't have it, we can certainly send it to you. If you send us an email to the CPS email or put your email in the chat, we can send it on over to you. And you can always find the most up-to-date guide once it's available on our external website. So just the cltoronto.ca.
I just threw our email in the chat, so if anyone wasn't able to get it down, you can just copy that down and send us an email if you didn't get our guide, so we can add you to our mailing list. I think maybe if we don't have any questions, I just want to ask either Mel or Shireen or Joe if you have anything to add or to say before we wrap up and sign off.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and great presentation.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us. This will be recorded and shared on our external website as well. So we are trying to make sure that we have everybody have the ability to come out and listen to these sessions. But if you don't have that opportunity, or somebody that you know didn't get to come and they want to see this, they'll be able to have that opportunity. And at all times, people can always reach out to our general line, as well as our phone line and email address. So please feel free to do so. But thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you this winter. Have a great night.
Take care, guys. Thank you.